What's up, Game Boys and Girls? Big T here, back with another video, and we're gonna do a follow-up to, my impressions video, probably over a year ago at this point, for my Lenovo Legion Go, a gaming handheld PC, which I hold dear. It's a great console. It's not really a console, but I'll tell you what I mean by that in a minute. So, as you guys know already, I have had from, not day one, but as soon as mine came in, the illustrious Steam Deck. This is the OLED special edition, limited edition model with the nice kind of smoke. I don't know if you can see it in the camera here, but it's kind of like, yeah, you can see it. It's kind of see-through, semi-see-through there. I have a case on it, protective rubber clear case, and it has the orange highlights on the thumbsticks and on the grills and screws, on the ventilation, I should say, screws and power button there. It's very nice. And obviously, the thing about this is it is an OLED screen, which is glorious, beautiful. And the FOMO in me, I had to have one. I already had like I said, the stock edition, the regular LCD, which I had upgraded to 1 terabyte of space for the internal hard drive, and also another terabyte SD card. So it's 2 terabytes, so it's plenty of space there. But I wanted the nicer screen, because that was probably the biggest complaint about the Steam Deck, was the screen itself. And maybe I'll do a follow-up video to this, but maybe this will be enough to kind of get you guys to see where I am on this. Actually, let me go ahead and turn this on. I love the screen. I mean, it's gonna be hard to tell with my camera set up here. Power it on. There it is. It's really a nice screen. It's hard to tell. Like I said, it's gonna be hard to tell, especially with all these lights. Let me get closer there. But it's really nice, really clean. But that was like the main complaint about the battery's dying on this. I gotta charge it. About the Steam Deck was the screen, and it's fair. The LCD wasn't the best, but I barely noticed it until I got the OLED, and now I definitely can tell. But the problem with the Steam Deck is that Steam Deck is a console. I tell people that all the time. It's not a handheld PC. You boot it up, it goes right to Steam OS. It's a console. It starts with gaming. It's about gaming. Sure, you can go into desktop mode or whatever and tweak it and do all kinds of cool things and all that stuff, programming and all that. But it's a it's a gaming handheld first, and so the problem is it's a Steam operated handheld. So there's certain PC games that it will not run. There's all kinds of weird little things with the compatibility and whatnot. I mean, it's not that many at this point. In the beginning, it was a lot more. But over time, Valve has been really good at updating, making sure that things run on the Steam Deck that didn't before. So, but there are issues with it, like GOG, and which I think you can get to run, but only in like desktop mode. There's stuff like that. I have GOG. I have the Epic Game Store, stuff like that. You can't use that on Steam Deck. And also, you can't natively do Game Pass on Steam Deck the way you can do on any other PC. And so those were things that I was looking forward to getting a gaming PC over. And so I sat back and I was like, which one should I get? Should I get the ROG Ally, which was out there? There was issues with the initial one with the memory slot, the SD card slot being kind of like, your SD card being destroyed, basically, bricked by the heating or something like that. I think they mostly fixed that with the Z1, the new model or whatever. But I wasn't really a fan of the screen size. It's about the same size screen as the Steam Deck, which is good, but in certain things, like it's hard to read dialogue and whatnot, And so I wanted the bigger screen that the Lenovo Legion Go offered. So that's why I picked this up pretty close to launch. I'm going to actually show you the case that it came with. Here's the case that it came with that I'm not a fan of. As you can see, it says Legion, and this is the handle. And I barely had it for that long before this handle just says, whoop, it ripped off. I mean, it's cool that they include a handle or a carrying case with it, but this is not it's good for just protecting it, basically, because you can't store anything. So once you put the Legion Go in there, there's no room for anything else, and that includes your AC adapter. So it's like, well, what the heck? I got to carry my AC adapter on the outside. It did have a slot for your. I'll show you in a minute. I'm sure I've shown it before in a previous video. When you go into what do they call it? First person mode. I think it's better to call it RTS mode. That's what I would call it, RTS mode. It's probably better to be called that, but they call it FPS mode, first person shooter mode. And it comes with a little dongle for your mouse. I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, there's no room in this thing, and obviously it's useless now because the handle ripped. It's like, I was very upset about that. But, you know, I was probably going to get a case anyway because I wanted more storage space. And the third-party systems, or the third-party carriers has that. So let's pop this open. As you can see, my Legion Go is sitting in there nice and snug. There's spaces here for extra SD cards, but I don't know who's gonna do that. I think these are for, to make sure. Yeah, there's for micro SD card slots. I think these are regular. Yeah, these are regular size full SD cards up here, and both. So right off the bat, you got a little storage door here, a little storage pouch, and in there I put my AC, charger there, and this is the slot for the little mouse thing. I'll show you that in a second here. But there's room right there off the bat. But let's open this up, take this out. Try to do this with one hand without dropping everything. There's also a compartment under the Legion Go, which is a big favorite of mine. I'm going to show you what's in there in a second. But yeah, I want to show you where that little mouse, this is for your RTS action, so that it goes in there, which is cool. Alright, so if you don't remember, or you haven't been shown that, one of my favorite things about the Legion Go also is that it has like a it has like a switch setup where the controllers come off the sides. So you can pop that off, pop it off. So I like that because, one, you could just use this as a tablet, which is cool. It's just this part. But also, if you have any issues with your controllers, you can just easily just replace these. Pop them off and replace them. If they ever upgrade them in some way, I think they should at some point offer. I don't even know what to call these. I just call them Joy-Cons. That's basically what they are. I'll put it back on there. I'll take them off again in a minute, so I'll show you something else cool. Oh, the point was take this off and show you FPS mode. So, as you can see, this is a little flat thing, so you can slide it across your desktop, and you hit this little button on the bottom that says on and off for FPS mode. Then you put it in here. It goes that way. There you go. And then you have a mouse. It's really cool. Actually, you want to hold it. Am I holding it the right way? I feel like I'm not. Yeah, it should be this way. Yeah. That way you can hit the little buttons here, and you got the trigger up top. And yeah, you slide it around. FPS. If you want to do FPS shooting, I think it's better for like RTS stuff. And works fine for either, but for me, it seems like it makes more sense for that. Alright. So, this is the surface level stuff. I'm going to turn the system on in a minute. Let me just put this back where it belongs here. Put Put that back in there. All right, I'm gonna pop it on and let you guys see it boot up. It's probably in sleep mode, so there it is booting up. Legion, it's very fingerprinty. That's the protective screen protector on there. So, but this is cool because it's like a motion background. That's my background. That's pretty cool. It moves, unlike most kind of desktop backgrounds where they're static. It's a little program you can download, and it's free. And you can pick whatever you want to pick. Different motion backdrops or backgrounds. This is one that's really cool. I like it a lot. But yeah, so obviously this is your computer desktop. This is a computer. This is not to be confused with a gaming console. But the cool thing about this is I can go into my Steam, hit the little what do they call it? Steam. I forget what it's called. It basically puts your computer or your gaming handheld into Steam Deck mode and big picture mode. That's what it's called, big picture mode. And then this is basically a Steam Deck at that point, and you can use it like that. I choose not to because I like the versatility of it. It's one of the reasons I bought it. But you can do big picture mode and just make this a console for Steam, and it will play. Unlike the Steam Deck, it won't have any issue playing all your games. Not just Linux, stuff that's compatible with the Linux stuff. But yeah, this is great, fantastic. And the screen, look at the screen size. It's freaking amazing. Let me put my Steam Deck back over here so you can do a quick comparison of the screen sizes. And it's massive. It's a massive screen. I think it's 8.8 in size. 8.8. It's really hard to do when you're looking at it's like backwards. Yeah, but you can see the massive difference there. And the screen, although not OLED, it is a very good top of the line LCD screen with very minimal like backlight washout or whatever you want to call it. It's very good with that. So yeah, so I like the fact that you can detach these. If there's ever an issue, this is great. Now, one of the things I also really liked or had the idea of that for whatever reasons Lenovo themselves did not make was that the fact. So when you go into, like, you want to hook it up to your TV or your monitor, you can do that easily with an adapter converter or a what do you call it? Or dock. I have a dock right here. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. That's a dock, and a little HDMI, USB-C goes down into your Steam or your Lenovo Legion Go, and you get to go. You can turn this on and turn that on. It's pretty loud, so I want to leave it on, but it has a cool fan system, so it keeps your Legion Go nice and cool. So I really like things like that about it. In the beginning, it had a lot of like kind of software problems. I don't use Legion Space, which is its proprietary software. I just use Windows and go to Steam or GOG or whatever. Legion Space, it's a lot better than it was, I will say, but it's still, it's not Steam OS where you just go right into your games very easily. But it does have everything all in one place, which is cool. But yeah, this is a great handheld. It's big, bulky, but it's still comfortable. Like, I like the fact that unlike a lot of these, unlike the Switch, think about the Switch, it's pretty flat across the back. There's no way to grip. This is more comfortable to me in the long run than the Joy-Cons would be. I actually have my own third-party Joy-Cons that I use because I don't like the fact that it's flat. My hands get real cramped after a while. But this is, fantastic. But like I said, it's versatile. So one of the things I wanted to make sure is that I had a keyboard situation, because I don't like using like the digital on-screen keyboard. It's not intuitive, and so that's why I wanted the extra space. One of the reasons I want the extra space. So put this to the side for a minute because that's a cool thing. So here is my little mini keyboard here, which is great. It's magnetic, flips open. There you go, full keyboard. and it's very comfortable. This is a good size for it to be comfortable, and it even has a little touchpad for your mouse if you need that. But like I said, with the Legion Go, you can use the controller as a mouse itself, so that's cool. But this is fantastic, and this is synced to my system there. But the other thing I pulled out, which is I meant to do kind of a mini unboxing, so I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Was the thing is, you're gonna have to have a controller. Like I said, if you're doing like TV or TV mode or monitor mode, when you're having your system hooked up to a monitor, external monitor, and you want to do the big screen TV thing at home, and when you're not on the go, you're gonna have to sync a controller to it, or it's not gonna. It's not going to be intuitive to sit there using your Steam Deck to control stuff. You can. On your Steam Deck you can, but I'm not sure. Legion Go you can too, I believe. It's just, that's clunky. You want to have a standard controller and relax, sit back when you're at home using your monitor. So I was looking in the market for, because I was thinking about the Switch. Let me, do I have it? Yeah, I have it right here. So if you think about the Switch, I'll show you my third-party setup here for the Switch. This video seems to be going everywhere. All right, so as you guys know, these are the third-party Nixie. I think they're called Nixie. There's all kinds. Hori has some. There's all kind of companies that have them, right? So here's my Switch OLED. There it is right there. I have that, there you go. There's the back of it. Alright, so one of the things I did kind of early on, is an experiment I did on my channel years ago, was this is the charging grip for the Switch. But I wanted to be able to use, like I said, these bad boys on it, and not just like the Switch ones. Switch Joy-Cons. So I popped off the little handle, or the little grip handle part, and so I still have this, and I can use this to charge anything I want. Third-party Joy-Cons as well. So now everything can fit on here, and I can use it to charge while I'm playing, and it's really cool to do that. And so this also gives you basically a full controller. Now, when you use Joy-Cons on here, it doesn't feel like a full controller, but if you use these type of Joy-Cons, these third-party Nixie controls or the Hori gamepad stuff, then this feels like a full controller in your hand. So I wanted that option, to have like a pro controller, if you will. When I come home and dock my Switch, I wanted that same option with the Legion Go, because it does have the Joy-Con setup. And so I was able to find one seller. I think he only had one. He probably has more at this point, of this. And this is the, let's see if I can get closer, maybe you can see it. Charging for Legion Go controllers. So this is basically what the grip is on my Steam Deck, or my Switch. This is the same thing. So it's to this part. But, I had to go through like a Chinese seller. I don't know why Lenovo doesn't have that when they have Joy-Cons. They basically have Joy-Cons. Why don't they have something like this? So I was lucky enough to find this. It's fairly cheap. It's like $17, I think it was. And I could put my Joy-Cons, my Lenovo Legion Go Joy-Cons on here, and then I'll have a full controller. Now, obviously the Legion Go pads are, they're a lot bigger. So this is not going to be, oh, I'm doing it wrong now. So you just pop them in here, same way you would on the system itself. When you get used to it after a while, because you're used to Joy-Con, so it's different. And now I have this monstrosity, but I have a full controller. I don't have to like sync an Xbox controller to it. I could, but I don't have to, sync it every time I want to play, or have to carry it around. That was the thing. I didn't want to have to carry around an extra controller to play like a desktop mode type of thing, because holding these bad boys separately in two different hands, it's not, that's the one thing that Switch has over this, is that the Joy-Cons are smaller and they fit way better in one hand than this does. So it's really cool to have this thing that I can put my Joy-Cons on and have a controller feel. And that's what this is. I know this probably looks weird, but it is actually really comfortable. It's very comfortable. I probably would have made it a tad bit smaller to where this opening isn't as wide. Maybe bring it in a little bit, ½ inch on each side, or an inch in total. But as you can see up there, I can plug in a USB-C, be charging while I'm playing. If the for whatever reasons these might be dead, I mean that almost never happens. But maybe I've had it docked at home for a while, and that way I don't have to. I can still keep playing. I don't have to like put these onto the Legion Go to charge. I can just use this to charge them. So that's cool. This is a standalone charger as well. And I'm like, why doesn't Lenovo have one of these or have some kind of deal with somebody to make these? I literally had to order this from China to get this. And there should be way more of these. I don't know what the Legion Go sales are. Maybe they don't feel it's viable. But for me, it is, because I use my Legion Go a lot. Not only a lot, I use it the most out of all my gaming systems at this point. And that's crazy. And, Xbox is getting a lot of flack right now for their marketing campaign of this is an Xbox and that is an Xbox and everything's an Xbox. But yeah, that's one of the biggest appeals for this console or this handheld for me, is that this is my Xbox. As you can see there, there's my Game Pass right there. Just gonna click on that, boom, and now this is an Xbox. So I can take my games on the go with me natively. I'm not just streaming. Sure, I can stream if I want to, but I can download the games natively on here and play them right here. So this is a portable Xbox, along with being my portable PC, Steam machine, or whatever, or desktop. This replaces a laptop. Like I showed you, my keyboard setup and my mouse setup. This is very convenient. So I can game on the go, multitask desktop stuff on the go, and have an Xbox on the go. And that's why I use this more than even the Steam Deck OLED that I got. That's why it looks still so pristine. Sure, I take care of my stuff, but because I don't use it as much anymore because of this thing. I'm using this way more. I'm on this more than my Switch. I'm on this more than my Xbox, because this is basically my Xbox, and also PlayStation, because I have quite a few PlayStation games on here that have been ported to PC. So this is the future, as far as I'm concerned. I've always liked handhelds anyway. That's why I said the PSP was one of my favorite handhelds, because it could do so much. I could play movies on it. This was back in 2005, 2006. That was mind-blowing. I used to be on the city bus a lot, going to college and going to work. And so I would pass the time by, watching movies, UMD movies, or playing games or whatnot, doing stuff like that, or listening to music. It was also an MP3 player, the PSP. And that's what's really cool about this multitask. I can take one device and take all this stuff with me on a one device. And that is the future. And I feel like I'm supposed to be the dinosaur, but all these people are just fighting against this. A lot of Xbox fans are, a lot of Sony fans are, because they got something to make fun of Xbox dudes over. But this is the future. Xbox is right about everything's an Xbox. It's not going to go well with fans who want to have console wars and all that stuff. But man, it's one of my favorite things about Game Pass is I can take it anywhere. It's anywhere. Soon as they allow people to buy games and also play those on a handheld, I think, obviously Microsoft's working on a handheld. That's going to be really good for them, I think. And all this bickering that's going on right now is going to be a thing of the past at some point. But like I said, my Legion Go is my number one go-to console at this point. Obviously, it's not a console, but it does console things, as I explained. And it's my favorite gaming device right now. And, you know, it's going to be hard to replace that because of how versatile this thing is. So I love it. It often makes me think, do I want to sell do I really need my Steam Deck? I still love having the Steam Deck because it has advantages such as, the battery life is great, right? It has a really good battery life. So there's some games I'll be playing on Steam that sometimes I'll just decide to take my Steam Deck instead because I know I'll be able to get through a lot more on it. This thing is a a battery hog, but it's also much more powerful than a Steam Deck. And obviously, like I said, it does more. So that makes sense that it would be. But at some point, that's going to be fixed and alleviated. But man, having the portable keyboard, having this wonderful little dongle here to play, on the monitor and your monitor, the one's behind me, to make it feel like a console. This is great. So I highly recommend this. I think the prices are dropping. I think there's probably some pretty good sales going on right now. But man, if you're in the market for a handheld PC, I would go with the Legion Go, especially if you're like a Switch fan. I think you'll like this one better than any of them because of its versatility, like the Switch. So, yeah, that's my video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you in the market, like I said, for a portable handheld or gaming PC, portable gaming PC? This is a good option. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you again for watching and listening, and now see you fools next time. Peace out.